Truth or myth? Automated steering improves driving safety. This one's a myth. Automated steering, lane centering assistance, does not actually improve driving safety. It's important to point out the difference between automated steering and active safety features. So an active safety feature might be lane departure warning, in which the driver gets a warning, hey, you're going out of your lane. Or it might be lane keeping assistance, where if you go to the lane boundary, it momentarily nudges you back in. But neither one of those actually keep your car in the lane on a continuous basis. They're just momentary safety interventions. Those provide value and improve safety. What does not improve safety is automated steering, which amounts to supervised automation. When you have automated steering, auto steer, lane centering, whatever it's called, that's sustained steering control. You're not steering anymore. The car's steering, and you're just keeping an eye on it. That makes it supervised automation. There have been plenty of claims that this improves safety, but the data does not support that conclusion. And the issue here is it's not really an assist anymore. It's actually steering. The driver is no longer continuously controlling the vehicle, and that is very likely and been known for decades to lead to driver dropout. It's hard to pay attention when the car is doing the steering instead of the human driver, and that's the big difference. And humans are not particularly good at watching boring automation tasks. Let's take a look at some data to understand how this really works. Here's some data from a manufacturer that has famously claimed that their auto steering feature makes things safer. And they'll release unadjusted data that mix highway miles and city miles and compare with their auto steer feature on versus off. The complication is that different driving areas have different safety outcomes. In particular, divided highway driving is a lot safer than undivided high-speed country road driving, for example, and city driving has different characteristics. If auto steer is only on for the easy miles, then that inflates the safety outcome compared to a look at human driver baselines. So Noah Goodall in 2021 published a paper saying, let's take a look at this data and let's adjust for the fact that the active safety features are also in these vehicles, which normal vehicles don't necessarily have, and the driver age and freeway versus other roads. Importantly, new vehicles have a lot of active safety features and old ones don't. So if you're comparing a brand new vehicle with a lot of active safety with a fleet average that mostly doesn't have it, the question is whether the benefit is coming from auto steer or is it really coming from active safety. When you do the adjustment, what you find out is that the auto steer on versus auto steer off doesn't really make much difference because the benefit, the vast majority of the benefit is coming from active safety, not from using auto steer. If you have active safety only, in some cases it's better than with auto steer, in some cases it's not, although in early 2020 there were all sorts of weird things going on roads with the COVID pandemic, so it's hard to know what to make of that data. But the takeaway is saying, oh my goodness, if you put on auto steer, it makes the car way safer. They're just not true once you adjust for the variables involved. Right now, there's no data showing that automatic steering makes things safer, and there are situations in which it can make it more dangerous. It's not just that one paper. Recently, the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety, IIHS, came out with a statement that very clearly says there's little evidence that partial automation has any safety benefits. And this is in the context of evaluating those auto steer type systems. So they also agree that, really we're not sure if it improves safety or not. The takeaway is that automated steering is a convenience feature, not a safety feature.